have a ride home, then that's your fault. Safe to say that juvie is not fun. It's not meant to be fun because it's literally a punishment. Now, despite all that and despite all these extremely strict rules, OAC was fucking hilarious. Like, there was a fight at juvie almost every week without fail. Like, it literally was a World Star fight compilation almost every single day in school. And it was so funny because most of these fights started for like the stupidest reason. I remember this one dude in my math class fighting the math teacher for making him do math. Like, why are you fighting it? What do you want him to do, man? Not do his job? Like, this dude was like, man, why the fuck you making me do math problems, bro? I don't want to do this shit. Motherfucker, you're in math class. Like, what is he supposed to do, man? Not teach you? Now, obviously, when this was happening, I didn't say nothing because, like, if you know, like, those kinds of dudes, if they feel disrespected at all, they will beat the shit out of you. So the entire time this fight is going on, I'm just, like, listening in on what's happening. And no joke, you guys, this dude could not have had a GPA higher than, like, 0.5. Like, this dude was 17 years old getting mad at the teacher that he could not solve 4 times 4. Like, bro, at that point, just start flipping the burgers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are a lost cause, brother. Like, 4 times 4? I just need to talk about how stupid the people were there at OAC, though, man. I was the valedictorian at that school with, like, a 4.3. I met people in there that had GPAs of 0.03. I don't even know how that is even possible to obtain. I honestly think that GPA is harder to obtain than getting a 5.0. Like, 0 I can get. How the fuck do you get a 0.03? You think they'll allow me to put valedictorian at juvie in my resume or not? And the other thing about OAC, too, is that you will for real meet, like, some of the craziest people that you've ever seen in your entire life. Like, I met a Nazi there one time, and this dude was just off the chain, dude. Like, a lot of you guys might be saying, oh, you're exaggerating. No, this dude was like a full-on Nazi. Like, the craziest part about this dude is that he wasn't even here for, like, hate crimes. He was here for vaping. But, like, we were in class, and this dude just leans over to me and being like, yo, dude, you know why we're in this institution? And I was like, why? The Jews. What the fuck? Like, yeah, dude, all I'm trying to say is that mustache man was right, bro. The fuck? I had no idea why he was even telling me this information anyway. I'm Asian, dude. I'm not your target demographic for this information. Like, what did he expect me to do, bro? Elon Musk it? Like, I don't know. The amount of pedophiles that I met there, too, was way more than it should have been. Like, there were 10 people at OEC that were there for being predators, and I don't know about you, but I feel like that's just way too many than there should be. I was friends with one of them, and I had, like, no idea until, like, the last week of my sentence when I finally asked him, like, what he was in there for. This dude was 14, he was in there for having sex with, like, a 6-year-old. Like, yeah, dude. What? And I had no idea either, because this dude was, like, a buff 6'5" linebacker that was into anime. So when this dude told me, like, what was I supposed to say? Yeah, man. They do that. Like, I don't know. It's not like I can say anything about it right then and there, because like I said, he's like 6'5", 240 pounds. He would literally sit on me and I'd die. Safe to say I did not talk to that dude anymore after that. I obviously have a ton more other stories to tell, but this is the one that I want to end off with, just because of the fact that it's my favorite one to tell. Something that OAC has is ISS, or in-school suspension, where you have to spend the entire school day in a locked room for the entire day, right? And how this ISS works is that there's one teacher in there, and all the students are in there, but the door is locked on the outside. So if you want to get out, the teacher has to open the door manually themselves, right? Super simple, super safe. One of these days, there was only one student in ISS that day. So it was just that one student and the one ISS teacher in a locked room where nobody could escape, right? So naturally you think nothing bad would happen. No, this student beat the absolute shit out of the teacher as soon as those doors were locked, dude. I'm talking beat it. Like, he beat the hell out of him, dude. So when I hear about this, all I see is all these cop cars and ambulances outside of the school. And I seriously, when I'm walking out of the class for bell schedule, I have to witness this dude being wheeled out in a stretcher by a bunch of police officers and ambulance workers. Like, only in here will you find a student beating up a teacher just because they wanted to. And keep in mind, guys, this was my first week in OAC. Like, this was me just experiencing what OAC is like. So when I saw that, I genuinely pissed my pants. Okay, I didn't actually piss my pants, but I was extremely scared. Because, like, if that is, like, my first impression of what OAC is like, I gotta get out of here, dude. Like, this is not a safe environment for me to be in. Like, I want no part of what is going down on this school, bro. I'm gonna sit down, be quiet, and do my work.